That feeling you're feeling like it's never gonna end, like, oh my gosh, I can't breathe, I can't sleep, I can't eat. I wanna die. Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Guys, as you're seeing me smile, I just burnt myself, my thigh, with hot water. Luckily it was not like the full cup. I was at the edge of the seat and it just poured because the cats were running, so they knocked the water. They were playing and some of it got on me. I can feel the pain, but you know what, I was like, nobody can stop a reggae. I had said I must shoot this video today and I have to, because I've procrastinated on it for almost 2 years now, maybe a year and a half, and this was trying to make me again postpone and be like, oh, I'm gonna shoot another time, because literally it's just that I can't show you. I'll show you in my vlog because it has already started like creating the bubbly, but luckily it's not that huge because most of it poured on the couch. Thank God. Right now I'll be in the hospital if it all poured on me, seriously, because it was boiling hot water. I'll tell you guys that in the vlog. I am so excited to be shooting this video because you guys have sent the inbox, you have commented, you have asked me on lives. Even today I was on TikTok live when I was doing this makeup and I still got comments asking how to get over a breakup. Finally, I am giving this video to you. One thing you need to know about breakups: they are normal. They are a normal part of life. They are part of endings. Get used to them. Okay, I'm not wishing you breakups on you, but like, you at times you can't control them and they're not that horrible. It's just that it can be painful at times to go through them, but don't be scared. I'm gonna tell you, I have gone through a couple of breakups, different types. Let's say about 3 major breakups. One, somebody broke up with me, which, oh my god, thank God, but that was my first one and it really hit me, even though I didn't even want the person. It still hit me because I was so young. It was my first relationship and my attachment issues. It was not even about love. And then I went through another one where I did the breaking up, and I have also gone through another one that is, you know, the iconic line of "it's not you, it's me." And you know what, it's okay. At the end of the day, they all end up working out. That's one thing that I can tell you. Right now you might not be thinking it's gonna work out because you're in the trenches, but trust you me, you're gonna be okay. You are gonna be okay, and I'll take you through step by step ways of how you can get through breakups. Sometimes certain factors can depend on how you will cope or like deal with the breakup. Maybe if you are in an abusive relationship, which I also want to talk about that. If the relationship just didn't serve you anymore, if you grew apart, you know, if somebody ghosted you, all these, I'm talking about a relationship, not situationships, but they can all apply. And also when it comes to friendship breakups, these pointers apply as well. But of course, when I'm talking about them, mostly I'm talking about romantic relationship, but it's the same case when it comes to friendship breakups or any other type of breakup. Once a breakup happens, it doesn't matter who initiated, who didn't want it, what was the reason, it has happened. From there, it's all on you. I wrote these points how to get over a breakup. You can see the title on my note. 3rd November last year, 2024. That's how long I have been meaning to shoot this video. I really want you guys to learn something and get through this breakup. Trust you me, you're not alone and you're gonna get through it, and this is not the end of the world. Okay, learn the type of breakup you're going through. Normal heartbreak will start getting better at week 6, 8. You're gonna start, you know, feeling slightly better. If it was a normal healthy-ish relationship, by week 6, 8, okay, depending on how long you have been together. If you've been together for years, then probably it's gonna take a year or longer. But if it's like 1, 2, 3 years, like maybe, yeah, within 6 to 8 weeks you will have started to feel better. Not that you will fully be okay, but you will be better. this is actually based on research. If you are intentional, but certainly it's gonna be the end of it. Any breakup with an antagonistic personality, aka an abusive or chaotic person, or like, you know, any relationship that was not that healthy, not just regular toxic, nobody's perfect, like I'm talking about antagonistic people. Trauma bonds won't be easy to break, but you'll get through it. By the time somebody is leaving such a relationship, actually this is the part that I said I want to talk about, because November is domestic violence awareness month, and also for queer people. And I have seen a lot of discourses online, people wondering, why don't people just leave if you're in an abusive relationship, all this stuff. There's a lot of psychology and science that goes behind that. But if in that, I don't want to talk about that right now. If in that situation and you're scared of breaking up, I want you to know that you can do it, because that is also usually, apart from the attachment style and subconscious wounds that keep you trapped in those situations, the fear of starting over and how will I navigate it also keeps people in those situations. And even other relationships, if you want a breakup and you're scared, this is your sign. Now stop. My cat is jumping over the curtains. Please just ignore her. I'll try my best to be loud. There's actually research that shows that victims or survivors of abuse take, I think, almost 6 or 8 times. You see, these cats are feral. They just dropped my phone. Anyway, according to research, victims of abuse attempt to leave almost 7 times before they fully leave the abuser. Like, they leave, they come back. It's up to 7 times. Not that that's how long it takes everybody, but I'm just trying to show you guys that it's not easy, and it takes a lot of strength and courage, and I want you to know that you can do it. But it's very common. That's why you hear people have gone, they've gone back, they've gone back. It's common. It's a psychological thing. People will contemplate to leave, then they won't leave. Their mind will give them all these reasoning why to stay, kids, oh, but this is the only person I know, how will I begin, all the stuff. And trust you me, I understand, and I am not judging. I've been there before and I get you, but I want to encourage you, because at the end of the day, you are the one who has to make that choice. You can't depend on somebody who is doing you wrong to stop doing you wrong. You can only depend and trust in you to get yourself out of a situation of somebody who is doing you wrong, because such people, you can't even have a conversation. If they were to change, they could have changed a long time ago. There's nothing that is gonna flip for them to change, or like this, nothing. So I want to empower you, I want to encourage you, and let this video be that. I know it's scary. I can't even imagine how it is when you have kids, and maybe if somebody supports you financially, but even in those situations, I want you to know that you can do it. You can do it. Please make sure that you watch videos that have more information on how to create a good escape plan, especially if you know that the person you're with is extremely dangerous, because you need to watch. There are people who like to still abuse in a different way. They are victims after they have left them. So go and watch. I have watched so many videos on that. Oh, that is a whole different story time. Anyway, let's focus on breakup today. I have told you guys this is to empower y'all, and just know you can do it, whether it's a bad relationship, a horrible one, or like just a medium bad relationship, or just a normal relationship that you have grown into different people or isn't working out anymore. You need to know that in a few months or a few years, you will be like, what was I even stressing over? It doesn't mean that you won't have maybe trauma if it was a horrible relationship from it, but you'll be like, what was I even stressing over? I'm so glad it even ended. So please, just know the pain is right now. That feeling you're feeling, like it's never gonna end, like, oh my gosh, I can't breathe, I can't sleep, I can't eat. I wanna die for some people. Trust you me, just be like, shush girl, it's okay, I understand that's how you're feeling, but I got you, and that is not gonna happen. and we're gonna get through this together. Talk to yourself as if you're talking to a friend. That's another thing that works not just in breakups but in life in general. What you would tell to a loved one or a friend, talk to yourself like that. I know it's difficult, but you have to try. Another thing that really makes it difficult to get over a breakup is if you don't know your attachment style. And this is where it got me on my first breakup. And let me tell you guys, I was down bad, and it's not even that I cared for that person, but I was down bad because my attachment wound was getting triggered so bad. The fear of abandonment was going crazy, and I was young. So please look into attachment style. If you're really having an extremely hard time, you might be in the insecure attachment style spectrum. I'm talking about fearful avoidant or anxious attachment style. I was a fearful avoidant who leaned mostly toward anxiousness. Depending on your attachment style, you might have a really hard time getting through a breakup. So I would highly advise you to look up attachment styles so that you know. Just because you're feeling the need to chase, you don't have to. Just because you feel the need to write paragraphs and multiple texts and leave 50 missed calls and do all this stuff, you don't have to do that. Honey, you don't have to, because you don't even want the person. It's just the illusion. It's just you don't want to feel abandoned. It's actually not a real thing. You're getting triggered into your childhood wounds. It's not a real thing, and now you're an adult. Nobody can abandon you, and even if they abandon you, you are gonna be okay because you are now a grown-up. You are safe. You're not a child who depends on a parent to survive, because that's where that extreme fear of abandonment comes from. And trust me, I know what that it's like, and you don't have to go through that. Now you can become your own parent, which self-reparenting is another great tool you can use to navigate through a breakup or any situation in life. They're just not easy, these things. I know as I'm saying them, they're not easy, guys, but you have to try. Otherwise, you're gonna suffer. You will suffer more than you need to suffer. It's already hard going through a breakup. You don't have to suffer extra more. Okay? So, you don't have to leave the million texts, the million calls, worry, and you don't have to chase, you don't have to do all those stuff. And if you're an avoidant, you don't have to avoid the feeling that you're feeling and throw yourself into work and all this and push down your feelings, because they will come back up again. It might be 3 months, it might be 6 months, it might be 1 year, but trust and believe those feelings, if you never felt something, they will come back up again. So please try your best to learn your attachment style. Once you learn that, it will help you a lot to know how to navigate. Even when you feel that pull to do those things, you can be like, okay, slow down, Sarah, you don't have to do that. I'm using myself as an example, but yeah, whatever your name is, and you can do the opposite of what you're feeling the urge to do. That's the only way. It saves your self-dignity, it saves your self-view, and it builds your self-worth. Another thing that I would like you to practice at that moment is radical acceptance. Because when a breakup happens, your mind tries to make sense of it. It's a normal part of your psyche to try and protect you next time. Try to view things from, oh, how could I have prevented? Why is it because I'm like this? Why didn't they like this? Why were they like this? All this stuff. Your mind will run a million miles trying to make sense of this situation to help and anticipate the future so that doesn't happen again. But sadly, that's not how life works. Things are gonna happen. Even when you're in the most prepared form, something might still happen, and you just need to show yourself that no matter what happens, you can get through it. So you need to practice radical acceptance. What does that mean? This has happened. This breakup is here. It has happened, and there's nothing I can do about it. If there was something I could have done about it, it would be done. If that person wanted to stay, they would stay. If I wanted to make it work, I would make it. Like, you know, accept it. Accept that you're hurt. Accept that whether it found you in a shock, whether it's something that you saw coming, whatever situation it is, whether the person cheated, look at it in reality. The fact is that this has happened. I see that, I accept that, and from that point you can know how to move forward. When you're trying to, your mind is going like, oh my god, maybe if I did this, this would have happened. Why didn't I see this coming? Why did all those stuff? It's not gonna help you. Right now you're finding solutions for problems that you can't take those solutions anywhere. You just have to accept it. Breakups are part of life, endings are part of life, and not just in relationships or whatever situations. Endings, we will die at some point, we were born at some point. Like, endings and beginnings have to happen, and as much as you might not have wanted or you wanted, like, it's just part of life. And actually I think breakups really help you, depending on how you learn and navigate through them. They help you navigate other parts of life because you understand the art of letting go. You understand that it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, this happened, it's okay, it's not happening anymore, and that's just life. There's no bad blood, there's no extreme horrible things you have done. It's just life happening, and you're a human being and you have to go through those things, and you will probably face beginnings and endings in many other areas of your life. You have to allow yourself to get familiar with that, embrace it, because you can't control certain things. Another thing, you don't need closure, especially in the first few months or weeks after a breakup. You have to go no contact. That should actually be the point. When a breakup happens, regardless of who initiated it, you have to go no contact for some time. If you wanna get back in contact again, that's on you. If you ever wanna get back together again, fine, but you have to go no contact. But if you are in an abusive relationship, I don't want to hear anything about closure. I don't want to hear anything about breaking no contact. Nothing. Are you hearing me? Hey, I know I'm being strict, but nothing. You have to go no contact. I know it's hard, but you can do it. In case you find yourself you are broken no contact, it's fine, especially for the first few breakups. It happens. Give yourself grace and then tell yourself, I'm restarting it again. But if you have gone through a couple of breakups, no contact. You have to go no contact forever. For people who are abusive, if you wanna start contact again with other people, that's fine, that's on you and what works for both of you, but don't chase. Don't look for closure. It doesn't help. Let me tell you guys, okay, maybe it can help way later if it was, you know, a healthy thing. But if you try to have closure with an abusive person, you'll just be gaslighted, you'll just be made to second guess yourself, you will be criticized, you will be shamed, and so many things. If you have kids and you have to be in contact because you're co-parenting, please let somebody else handle that. If it's a parent, if it's a lawyer, because I'm telling you, you'll be baited. And once they bait you and you get hooked on that bait, you won't be able to remove yourself. Or if it's about kids and you don't have other people who can do that, please keep it just about the kids, nothing else. If they bring up a conversation that has nothing to do with kids, ignore it. Ignore it, stand your grounds, create boundaries. That's one of the lessons you need to learn after a breakup. Create boundaries and stick to them, especially with an abusive person. You need, guys, I don't know if you guys know how these people play with people's minds psychologically. I will go and watch videos, especially, and that's another point, watch a lot of videos on breakups. If you are in an abusive relationship, I'm sure now with internet, with personal stories people have shared on TikTok, whether you were married, you have kids, and you're wondering, how am I gonna navigate this, how am I gonna live with kids and all these responsibilities, go and watch. If you don't have kids, still go and watch on TikTok. You will find somebody with a story exactly like yours, and they got through it, and went to the other side, that maybe you're thinking it's so hard, how can I do this? Trust me, you can. So no closure, like it already happened. I mean, unless it's later again and it's a healthy thing and maybe there was a misunderstanding, sure, maybe you can talk. But after, immediately when the breakup is fresh, no closure, no contact, no closure. You have to let yourself feel the pain and not get into conversation when you're still so raw, and also let the other person feel the pain of that situation. Just focus on yourself. That's the biggest thing I can tell you when you're going through a breakup. No contact. Don't go looking for closure. No, give yourself the closure, because at the end of the day, the love that we seek in others and how we experience romantic relationship is just an extension of ourselves. So even when they end, that version of you doesn't end. That version of you that is happy, is bubbly, is so funny, you need to know that you're experiencing yourself through somebody else. Them leaving, it does not mean it's the end of you, okay? Or you walking away. Like, you can still create that within, and when somebody else comes along or not, you can still have that, okay? And this goes even with friendships. You are not half, or like not a full person because you don't have something. You're already full, you're already enough, you're already worthy as you are. You don't need other things to complete you. It's good to have them, it's good to experience them, but they are not completing you. Like, you as a person, you're a whole. Other things, you get to experience them. You learn this the hard way, but you have to. Another point, get into hobbies. What is that thing you have always wanted to do but you never did it? You know, because you know, when you're in love, your focus and priorities are usually a bit different. What is that thing you imagine? Is it a solo trip? Is it painting? Is it starting a business? Is it so many things? Like starting a podcast, like whatever you want. Do you want to create art? Do you want to be a singer? Do you all this? No, you have all the time. You have all the time to yourself. Do that. Force yourself to do that. Go out, travel, be by yourself, go on solo dates, meditate, journal. You need to get into hobbies. Honestly, if you don't have hobbies, you will suffer. Just basically anything that helps you spend time with yourself, because you really need it at that moment. And allow yourself to cry. You're gonna cry a lot, you're gonna feel pain, you're gonna feel like you can't breathe, and it's okay. Sometimes you'll have nightmares, sometimes you won't have sleep, but it's okay, because it will come a time, slowly by slowly. Time, give yourself time. That's another point. Give yourself time. Don't pressure yourself. The first week you might be feeling horrible, or you might be like, yay, I am not in a relationship now. The next week you might be crumbling, you might be crying, you might not be eating, or the vice versa. And then as it goes, at week 3, 1 month, you might think, oh my gosh, I'm so over that. And then something happens and it hits you with these memories, and you're like, oh my god, my chest, I can't breathe, why did this happen? And you're crying, and it's okay. It's part of process. If it was a longer relationship or however long, you might think after 6 months you're okay, and then something happens that triggers a certain memory or something, and you cry and you're like, oh my god, I thought I was over this. It's okay. It's okay. Just because you have felt that way, it does not mean you are not over it. It's part of life. It's literally part of life. It doesn't mean anything. It just means that you're feeling like that at that moment, and it's okay. Especially if you're somebody who allows yourself to feel feelings, it's totally okay. So yeah, give yourself time. It's gonna heal a lot. And allow yourself to feel the pain, grief, because at the end of the day, you're grieving. Something has, ended. You have to grieve. You have to go through the whole stages of grief, and you're gonna be okay. With time, with a lot of feelings, you're gonna be okay. Another point is reach out to your support system, to your friends, to your family members, to people who love you and you love them and that care about you, not people who don't care about you. People, and especially during the first few months or weeks, depending on how extreme the breakup or the relationship was, you need to be talking about that situation over and over again. It's a normal part, unless you know you're an avoidant, then that won't be your reality, but I encourage you for that to be your reality because you need it. That's the only way you will process and heal quicker. One of the ways. You need somebody who you know cares about you, loves you, and they don't mind listening to you over and over again, repeating the same story in a different way, and then in a different way, and then oh my gosh, I just realized, and when you need those types of people, your friends, your family, your loved ones, community. If you don't have that, I would really encourage therapy. I know therapy requires money, but if you have the money, please go for therapy, please. I feel like we could all benefit from going to therapy. If you don't have any of those, journaling, voice recording, meditations will be your best friend, and a lot of crying and screaming in a pillow. Those are gonna be your best friends. Journal a lot, do voice notes, like record yourself, releasing, talking about it over and over again. Meditate, watch videos of people who have gone through the same situation so that you can know that you're not alone. If you have people you can talk to all the time about this and they have the emotional capacity and understanding of what a breakup is, then please do that. If you're going to a shallow friend, somebody who has no emotional intelligence, no emotional understanding, and you're going to them and you want their energy for you to keep talking about that thing, you're gonna feel even worse, because such people, they're not in tune with their feelings. They're not gonna be in tune with yours. They'll be like, oh, sorry about that, let's keep moving. Ni hali ya maisha. And then, yeah, sawa, ni hali ya maisha, but that's not how you're supposed to treat a friend or like somebody who is going through such a thing. You're supposed to be there for them, encourage them, listen to them, you know, keep them busy, keep them distracted, give them the space. Of course, eventually they will need to start slowing down on how much they're talking about it, but at the beginning you have to give them that space. If you go to shallow friends and people who don't like getting deep, I can't imagine this such type of a person, you're gonna suffer. So this is your sign right now to create fulfilling deep friendships early, and it's not just for breakups, but in life in general, for positive, for negative things, you need those types of people. Another point that will help you get over a breakup, and this might be a bit petty, but I don't think so. You guys let me know in the comment section. Write an ick list. Everybody has icks. I have icks, you have icks, the person you're dating has icks of you. Nobody is perfect, but at this moment when you're surviving a breakup, especially if it was a horrible one, you need to write all the horrible things that person has done to you. Actually, ick lists, they are mostly for horrible abusive relationships. I don't think for a regular relationship that was fairly healthy you need an ick list, because it means at some point you guys are healthy. It was not that horrible, like, and you are able to navigate through a breakup. But in abusive relationships whereby you're going through cognitive dissonance, that is having conflicting thoughts, oh my gosh, I should leave, oh my gosh, but why, those situations, or when you're second guessing your decision, you're worried, you're scared, you need to write an ick list. All the horrible, it's not even petty, it's actually a good thing, so that when you read, you're like, they did this to me. Oh my gosh, you see that and you're like, you know what, that's no contact, we add 10 more days. You look at again another one, they did what, they treated me how, 10 more days to that no contact. You keep adding. It helps a lot, I'm telling you. For all the people who are getting out of horrible relationships, you need to write all the horrible things that they have done, so that when you think of texting them and calling them and feeling bad and feeling scared, you can look at that list and be like, Sarah, even you, if you go back to this. something is wrong. I mean, already to be in that situation, I know something was subconsciously wrong, but this, if you go back, you will be choosing. So you need to write that. It really encourages you. And finally, you need to reflect on your breakup, reflect on the whole relationship, so that you can learn. Of course, you are not perfect either. You are not 100, and I'm not trying to equate or measure between abusive and non-abusive. I'm talking just in general, whether a relationship is abusive or not. Nobody is perfect. So learn what are some of the things that maybe I didn't like I did in that relationship, and I would like to change in the future regarding how I treat my partner, or how I treat myself, or how I allow myself to be treated in a relationship. There's a lot of things to learn, things that you won't do in a relationship again, things that you won't allow to be done to you again, and things that you want to experience in future relationships. You have to reflect. You have to sit down and analyze yourself and be like, what made me be in this situation that I am right now? What kept me stuck? What is my subconscious story? What are my subconscious wounds that were running me during that relationship that made me behave a certain way, or made me, not behave in a certain way? Boundaries, they need to be up. If that's what you need to learn, if you need to learn how to be a better partner, if you need to learn how to set boundaries for yourself, you will grow. Reflect on the good, on the bad, learn from them, and be like, next time I'm gonna try and do better, be better. And this is not the end of the world. I'll get stronger, I'll come back up better and bigger than before. Don't chase anyone. Let things be. Let ends be. They are inevitable, and through ends, that's when beautiful beginnings blossom. It's okay. It's okay. You're gonna be okay. You're not alone. You're not in danger. You're an adult now. You can love yourself. You can guide yourself. You can hold yourself through even extremely difficult situations. At the end of the day, if you're alive, you have to. No matter what life throws at you, you have to, and you have to have a lot of compassion for yourself, a lot of love, a lot of grace for yourself. It's literally a death you're gonna be grieving, because grief is just love with nowhere to go. Pour that love back to yourself, because at the end of the day, remember, you are experiencing your love through somebody else. Like, in terms of, you are experiencing somebody else through yourself. That's an alarm. I need to end this video, but you got it. Don't let this kill your love, your heart, your light, your brightness. Give yourself time, and your spark will be back, and you're gonna heal, and you're gonna do better and greater, and you will flourish in life as long as you learn. Thank you for watching. I have so much more points, add extra that I didn't point, that you have experienced and learned from, and I'll see you in my next video. I hope this helped somebody somewhere. Mwah! I love you guys so much. Bye.